Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Radiant Historia. Okay, we actually needed to trigger the side quest with Ricky for this to occur, what I expected to happen talking to her. So, before we head back in time, let's talk to Mimel again.
Well, it's the heroes. Come on in. Have a good time.
Order up, Mimel. Get a move on.
On it. See you later.
What's your connection to Mimel?
Mimel used to be a mercenary. She was heavily wounded in battle and can't fight now. When Heist found me and I had to move to Alistel, I asked her to come with me. I asked Heist to pull some strings, but you can't get a spec-int job if you can't fight. That's why she ended up working in a restaurant in Alistel.
What's she doing here in Cygnus?
How should I know? Stock, what's on your mind?
I was thinking about that spy Ricky was talking about.
Stock! That's not fair. You don't have any proof she's a spy.
Figures Marco would get upset. Maybe if I go to Cygnus in the past, I can check on Mimel's background. The event An Unwanted Reunion has been revised. Something tells me that we're going to find that proof. You know, while Marco is not in our party. I wish there was an item that let me go to the White Chronicle from wherever. That would be really convenient. Rather than having to find a save point. Alright, we want to go back to Chi-Clad Warrior. Let's go! Pardon me, guys. Excuse me, coming through. Important spy-seeking business. I'm actually kind of surprised and glad that I didn't get caught up on anyone. Like that lady, for instance.
Can I do anything else for you?
Where's Mimel?
Do you know her? A lot of people have been asking for her today. Like I told the last guy, today's her day off.
Who was here before us? Tell me.
Oh, okay, listen. He was wearing a cape, and he didn't say a whole lot. That's all I know. Oh, wait, he left this for her.
Obtained letter to Mimel.
Look, I don't want to get involved in this stuff. Why don't you take it to Mimel?
Let's see what's written here. This letter. It's telling Mimel that hell spiders are going to attack the city. That means the hell spiders were sent by someone to target Cygnus. I'm sorry, Marco. Mimel's a spy. The event An Unwanted Reunion has been revised. That seems like a bad idea to leave a letter that's so obvious that she's a spy with this bartender fellow. Hey, I successfully dodged that lady. I feel like I always get stuck on her. Alright, back to, what was it called? What was that node? Scorching Battlefield. Something tells me that we are going to be pissing off Marco. Hey! Did that on purpose. Bastard. Always with the moving in front of me.
It's you. You're the ones who saved this town. Thanks so much for your help.
Aren't you Mimel?
Marco, what are you doing here?
I was going to ask you that. I thought you were waiting tables in Alistel.
Yeah, well, a lot happened. I had to quit.
And by a lot happened, you mean you were recruited as a spy?
Huh?
Stock, what's gotten into you?
I'm sorry, Marco, but I have proof. Take a look at this letter. Stock showed Marco the letter to Mimmel.
A letter? But I can't read. Bottle, what's it say? It's addressed to Mimmel, and it describes the plan to use the Hell Spider. Mimmel, what's this about?
I'll tell you. It means she's working against Cygnus.
Say it isn't true, Mimmel.
No answer, eh? Well, your silence is loud enough. You're under arrest.
I knew it. What goes around comes around. I'm sorry, Marco. What your friend's saying is true.
Stock, please let her go. You know very well what happens to captured spies. Her cover's already been blown. How much more damage could she do now that we know about her? Please, Stock, I'm begging you. Show mercy on her.
A spy whose cover is blown isn't much threat, it's true. Plus she has a history with Marco. Maybe I should make an exception for that. But it's also true that she's put Cygnus in danger. What to do? Let her go or bring her to justice? I have to think about this one carefully. Let's capture Mimmel. I know all too well what happens to a captured spy. Can I really just take her in without a second thought? You're having a second thought right now. Let's capture her. It's a job. I can't make an exception for her. If I let her go now, we'll never find out who's behind all this. I'm sorry, Marco. I just can't ignore this. If I let her go, her master will just send another spy to replace her. Easy as that.
But...
It's okay, Marco. I knew this could happen someday when I became a spy. It's like I thought. I wasn't good enough.
Mimmel.
We have to go. We need to end this war. Oh. Marco, why? I trusted you.
How I've waited for this moment. I've dedicated myself entirely to one thing, taking you out.
But why?
I'm sure you remember Mimmel, the spy in Cygnus. You turned her in after all. I heard she went through hell. Her suffering was so bad she took her own life to escape it. You know that's what they do to spies who get caught, and you turned her in anyway. Bottle can never forgive you.
Marco, don't do this!
You won't escape me, Stock.
Stock's actions put an end to the espionage operation in Cygnus. No new spies appeared to replace the ones Stock rooted out. The crisis passed. But little by little, a rift grew between Marco and Stock. Until one day, Marco's festering anger towards Stock erupted. The group was decimated. Stock too suffered severe wounds and was forced to flee. The ramifications of one choice continue to bring the world closer to its destruction. Damn, Marco! Simmering Fury. Simmering Fury has been added as an event.
Welcome back, Stock. That was a near thing, and you've learned never to mess with Marco. Or Bottle. Your decision was correct, with the safety of Cygnus as the only criteria. But there were those who could never agree with your choice. If you chose badly...
Pardon me? Winter's coming, which means it's getting very, very dry. For some reason it feels worse than before, though.
If you chose badly, you can easily change that decision in order to rectify history. We are relying on you, Stock.
Alright. Sorry, Marco. I had to do it. I do feel bad, though. But damn, Marco taking out all of us? That is pretty impressive. Clearly nothing can stand against the power of Bottle, which is why we need Bottle on our side. Alright, skip through. Let Mimel go. It's not hard to imagine the damage she could do to Cygnus if I let her go now. Should I really look the other way? Yes, otherwise Bottle will destroy you. But I'm sure if I told Garland about her, Mimel wouldn't be a very effective spy. I guess I'm still soft. I can't knowingly let you continue spying on Cygnus. Well, you could always feed her misinformation. I'm going to have to tell Garland about you.
Stock, no!
But I don't plan on selling your friend out either, Marco. Tell me who you're working for, and I'll let you go.
Thank you, Stock.
I understand. I'm working for someone you know.
Well, that could be a lot of people.
What's happening? Ah!
Mimel!
Alright, I was not expecting that. Damn! Was that the power of the Black Chronicle?
Mimel, no! No!
Marco.
The Sand Plague. I can't believe it. Stock had just given you a second chance. I know we're trapped by our fates, but this is too much. Alright, Mimel. I know what I have to do. I'll stop their desertification at any cost. I won't let you die in vain. I won't cry until your death has been avenged.
Marco.
I'm alright. I won't cry for now. We have to report this to Ricky.
The event An Unwanted Reunion has been revised. Damn! That's harsh. You're not even going to say anything about the girl who just turned to sand in your bar? Well, at least we've now ensured that Bottle's power is staying on our side. Righteous fury of Marco will not be turned against us. It will be turned in the right direction. Oh, I should go talk to Ricky first.
Hey, Stock, what's the matter?
Hey, that's Marco's voice. About the spy you were talking about.
Did you find him?
Yes, and, well... What are you guys doing here?
We're talking about the spy you were complaining about, King Garland.
You told Stock about that? I was keeping quiet so he wouldn't think he had to do it. Did you find him? Her. It was a worker at the bar named Mimel. She turned into sand. The Sand Plague. I don't know who hired her, but she had superiors. There was a letter with orders on it. You gave Garland the letter to Mimel. I see. All right. I'll have the bar owner keep an eye on his employees. Thanks for your help. Oh yeah, take this as thanks for what you've done. Obtained Sable Larmy. Thanks, I'll be sure to put it to good use. The event An Unwanted Reunion has been revised. Hey Ricky, you deserve a proper thanks too, so thanks.
Oh, sure.
I still can't get over Mimel turning to sand like that. I feel really bad for Marco.
Stock, thanks for everything. Hopefully Garland will see me in a different light now.
Alright, well, let's take a look at that item. I think it's a weapon. No, it's armor. Sable Larmy. Defense plus 33, magic defense plus 25, magic plus 5. Supposedly of Sand God Tears. Well, that's a little disturbing. Alright, that is worse than the Morai Manto. That is slightly better in terms of magic defense than the Sable, than the Gospel Armor. You could wear the Gospel Armor. Let's hold off on that for now, just in case someone else pops into the party who might be able to wear that as well. Alright, well, let's go talk to Garland. If you go straight ahead, the door in the center is where the king's throne room is. The door on the right is where the prison cells are located. I heard the king isn't going to use the Princess of Grenorg as a bargaining chip. That's probably not the best idea politically, but it's exactly like King Garland. I'll follow him anywhere. Would you follow him off the Brooklyn Bridge? Absolutely. Where's Brooklyn anyway? You think that I just stand around on this job all day long? It was a much more exciting job until a little while ago. I think we talked to him about that. King Garland is in the back. Mind your manners. With Billy Kwan? Underground prison cells are in the back. Apparently the woman who was in there recently was the Princess of Grenorg. Yeah, I know. We can't actually go in there. Oh boy, Princess Erica sure is beautiful. Rawr. When she's around, it's almost like I'm not in sickness. You shut up. Shut your mouth. It's my friend there you're talking about. By order of King Garland, we are to protect Princess Erica here in our country. It's what the king decided, so we all have to support it. You seem like you don't want to support it. So what was it you wanted to see me about? Oh, it's about Diaz. Didn't you cancel your audience with him? No, I decided to meet with him after all. Huh? What's going on here? Don't be so defensive, Stock. Hear me out first. I'm going to see him, but that doesn't mean he'll get a warm welcome. Sounds like you have a plan. He got nowhere trying to crush the resistance before, which means he's headed this way because he's desperate. If so, I have a pretty good idea what tack he'll take. He'll claim to want a parley, but he'll come in force. I'm sure he'll bring his best units in the guise of bodyguards and rob Cygnus blind. People that dangerous mustn't be allowed into the city. First you say you'll meet with him, and now you won't let him in the city. Which is it? Oh, I'm meeting with him, but I'm going to do it in the Aetolia wasteland. It's a long way off. Are you trying to shield Cygnus from any danger? Partly that. Partly because Erica is here. It wouldn't be wise to let any Grenorgites too near. But partly it's something else, too. The whirlwinds of northern Aetolia wasteland. Whirlwinds? The spot I chose sees a lot of them, and one will be kicking up there before too long. I'm surprised you know this. Without getting into specifics, since it's a handy thing to have in a pinch, there are signs. But back on the subject, we're going to take advantage of the whirlwinds to strike at Diaz. Well, I understand the plan now. But why did you call for me? I want you to protect Cygnus while I'm away. After that business with the Hell Spider, the people trust you. You have what it takes. Sweet! I can become king when he dies! Yes! Yes! Designated heir! Won't you do it? Before I answer, I want to know something. You're determined now to take down Diaz. So why did you initially plan on welcoming him as a guest? Ah, I see. You're wondering if I have a hidden agenda. Fair enough. The answer's simple. I was playing politics. If we had a little support, a lot of things would become easier for us, even if it meant getting that support from Grenorg. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now it's your turn to answer a question of mine. Will you do as I ask and protect this city?
I can understand his desire to protect Cygnus, and it's a good chance to defeat Dias. But is letting the King of Cygnus go out while we stay back and wait really wise? If we went to the meeting place instead, Garland could stay in Cygnus until the last minute. I have to think about this one carefully. Alright, so we can stay in Cygnus or we can lead the way. Let's see. No, he wants us to stay in Cygnus, so let's stay in Cygnus. Should I trust Garland to handle himself while we stay in Cygnus? Sure! I feel like I ought to repay Garland for trusting us this far.
Alright, we'll protect the city. Ah, good. That's what I'd hoped to hear from you. Now that that's been decided, I need to hurry and prepare myself to go out.
Oh dear, this does not appear to have gone well for us. Or, you know, Cygnus.
Looks like the rain of arrows has stopped.
Well, he took Ricky along?
Damn it, I didn't expect them to bring along ballistas.
They were going to do this from the start after all. King Garland will have to retreat.
No, we can't do that. If the ballistas have stopped, the enemy is on their way to finish us off. If we retreat now, not only will Cygnus become a battleground, it means they'll move their force out of the path of the whirlwinds.
King Garland! You're hurt. Did the arrows get you?
This is nothing. The whirlwind should kick in after only a moment. We need to hold out until then.
To repay Garland's trust in him, Stock stayed behind in Cygnus. Despite a second Hellspider attack, he kept his word and protected Erica and the people. However, Dias' true goal had always been Garland's head. The Cygnus army was cut to shreds by the enemy ballistas. Garland found himself ensnared by Dias' trap. But it's all okay because he became Chaos and destroyed everything. The Cygnus army desperately held their ground until the whirlwinds arrived. Though they succeeded in almost completely annihilating the Dias Knights, the severe wounds he suffered in the battle claimed Garland's life. Ooh. Well, a mighty king's death. Finn. A mighty king's death has been added as an event. Warlord's Request has been added as a node.
You've returned, Stock. Let me say that I don't think you made the wrong choice. Except you did make the wrong choice because Garland died, you jerk.
I was about to say dork and jerk at the same time, and it just didn't quite come out right.
I believe I might have done the same thing were I faced with that decision. But as a result, Garland died in battle. His importance in Cygnus cannot be underestimated.
Wasn't he killed in the alternate history?
You'll have to find another way. I'm sure you can do it. Stock, don't give up.
Okay, let's return. Alright, let's go to Historia. And we've got Warlord's Request. Garland asked Stock to protect Cygnus while the plan to ambush Dias gets underway. Proceed to this node? Sure! Those are awfully close together nodes. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and just skip. We'll go ahead and lead the way. Is it better that Garland stay in Cygnus while we go ahead to the meeting point? Lead the way. Well, we know it's coming. Not that that's going to play much part, I assume. Garland's the ruler of Cygnus. We can't let him take unnecessary risks. I'm sorry, but we can't.
What? Not even for me?
Let me explain.
It's in Cygnus' best interests that its king isn't exposed to danger. You should wait in Cygnus for as long as possible. We'll go on ahead to the meeting spot. What? You're willing to step into danger yourself? I guess that's just how I am. Stock, I like you more and more. All right then, prepare yourself to head out. The next day in northern Aetolia Wasteland. This tardiness is inexcusable. What is keeping them? Accursed Garland. And he wants to knock us all down, too. First he demands a new meeting ground at the 11th hour, and now he expects a guest to tarry in this desolate place. He styles himself a king, but he's not more than an ex-mercenary who's forgot his manners. I wonder who this is supposed to be. Excuse me, you should know that King Garland fears you. He believes something terrible will happen if he lets you inside the city of Cygnus. Is this Stock? No, it is not. Ah, it's Hedge. And you are? My name is Hedge. I was King Garland's assistant for many years. Though that relationship ended a few days ago. And what business have you with me? I have information for sale. Information about King Garland. Please elucidate. Unless I miss my guess, you weren't able to stamp out the resistance the way you wanted. Your position is at stake. So to prove your worth, you're trying to win King Garland to your side. It's either that or kill the king and establish your own regime in Cygnus. So, did I guess well? That's quite an entertaining fable you've laid out. I don't follow. This is no tall tale. I'm sure that if you chose, you could make it a reality. That's why I think my information could prove very useful. Out with it, then. Ho ho! Surely you jest. I'd need to be compensated first. Very well, will this suffice? Nearly, but not quite. This information is worth a fortune. If you insist, I will pay whatever fee you ask. How do you know that this information is good? Now then, what is this priceless information? There's a certain VIP in the company of King Garland now. None other than Princess Erica. Did you say Erica? The very same. She is now a traitor to her homeland, as I understand it. She's joined forces with King Garland. Together they plan to invade Grenorg. I had presumed the princess's transgressions to be a silly little game of hers. But with Cygnus in its current state, I doubt they'll respond favorably to the meeting. In fact, I'd assume they'll aim to use this conference as a means to eliminate you. What you think to be a parley will soon become a battlefield. Kind of like love. It would be folly to take the princess to a battlefield. They'd leave her in Cygnus. Aha. He chose this particular location for the conference out of concern for Princess Erica. It's possible that King Garland may not even make an appearance. I would lay coin he will not. Very well, I shall direct my men to keep watch over Cygnus, and be ready for any treachery. You seem to be satisfied with your purchase. Now as to my price... but of course. You there, give this man his reward. I'm gonna guess that he gets killed. Very kind of you. Don't mention it. No. Oh, wait. What are you doing? This wasn't what you promised. Should I ever be coronated, there will only be one class of peasant I won't abide. Do you know which? No, who? Gutter rats like you. No more, please. Deploy soldiers to Cygnus. Put them on the watch for any movements by Garland. Once Garland has been dispensed with, Cygnus stands ready to fall in an instant. I will then knock it all down. Archers, ready the usual. We'll demonstrate to these desert folk the terrible might of the Deus Knights.
Hold on, we're gonna be fighting a big group, right? Are you crazy trying to attack with so few of us?
What's the matter, Ricky? You're awfully timid today.
How are you gonna beat those guys?
Every terrain, whether plains, deserts, or wilderness, has a tactic suited to it. Sure, we'll be outnumbered, but we'll have the geographical advantage.
But that won't be enough to help things go our way, will it?
That's right, though we're still up against Grenorg's soldiers. It won't be an easy fight.
Oh, hey, Odd, how's it going? Why weren't you with us earlier?
But it must be fought regardless. So enough belly aching. You'd better get ready.
Gotcha.
Our main force will be staying in Cygnus until the last minute to catch the enemy off guard. Stock, your men will pressure the main force so they don't stray from the meeting spot.
Alright, we'll lower their numbers as much as we can until the main force arrives. Erica, you'll wait here.
What? I'll do no such thing.
We're up against Diaz. It's too dangerous if you go near him.
I appreciate the concern for my health, but I don't believe I'm as weak as all that.
Still.
And if I beat Diaz and his men, it will be a show of strength for the resistance. I'd say it's a necessary step to dethrone my stepmother and take back my country.
Man, I am drinking a lot.
She's got you beat, Stock. If you force her to stay and she ends up following us anyway, that'll be even worse for us. Best that she's somewhere we can keep an eye on her.
And I guess it's settled. But I will expect you to obey orders in the field.
Of course. Thank you.
Is everything ready, then? I'm entrusting Princess Erica to you, Stock. I'll be leaving here before the whirlwind happens. We'll launch a joint attack once I get there.
Good luck to you, King Garland.
And the same to you. Let's go knock them all down!
The time has finally come. We're facing Diaz, and I doubt he'll make a move without a plan up his sleeve. Probably not. But we've got our own trick up our sleeve with the ambush and all, right? Plus, Cygnus is going to be pulling a whirlwind out of their hat for the finishing touch. True, this is a war after all. Let's trust in King Garland's plan and our own strength.
So, are you coming with us after all, Princess? Wasn't that, like, well established?
Naturally. If it's Diaz we face, all the more reason I mustn't cower and hide.
I'm coming too.
Had a feeling you'd say that.
Alright, but if you ever feel like you're in serious danger, head back immediately.
Understood.
Leave it to me.
Why are those guys here? Wasn't the meeting spot on the north side of the wasteland?
So they always planned on attacking.
Still, they're way ahead of the game.
They know about everything.
Wait, how would they?
What was that?
Oh no, I can see something in flames over that way.
Don't tell me. That's where Cygnus is, isn't it? How could they? Stock!
Right, we need to return to Cygnus.
Cygnus!
Look, Stock, it's King Garland.
I'm actually not sure who's supposed to be talking. Is that just a soldier?
Looks like the end of the line, Garland. We'll kill you and that brat.
I guess those are soldiers? I mean, Grenorg soldiers?
What'd you say, huh? Who were you gonna kill? Come on, scum. Say it again a little louder.
Ah! Oh, wait, just a sec. Here, peace offering. Please let us go.
Obtained bloodied armlet.
This armlet.
It belonged to one of your strategists or something, or someone. Strategists? Could he be talking about Hedge? Yeah. It was something like that.
That snake! He sold out Cygnus!
That's right. He was talking on and on about you guys.
What did you do with him?
After he'd spilled his guts, well, we spilled his guts. I got the armlet off from his corpse.
The Dias Knights must have fallen on hard times if they're looting corpses.
High Colonel Diaz would never stand for such behavior. I snuck it off the corpse when we dumped it in the desert. See? Amazing craftsmanship, isn't it? Go on, look at it.
It's true, this craftsmanship matches the armlet Hedge wore.
Now's our chance! Run!
Yeah, get lost. Don't even think about coming back here.
Are you alright, King Garland?
Damn it. I should have dealt with them properly. Guess I've gone soft.
What do we do now?
It'll be nearly impossible to get revenge for this. I don't like it, but I'll gather the survivors and lay low in the desert. I'm the ruler of my subjects, after all. They come before any vendetta with the enemy.
Yeah, you can get back at them someday. Right now, you gotta make sure your people are safe.
Yes. Stock, what will you do?
I have something to take care of.
All right. You seem to have some sort of plan in mind. Be careful.
Dias Strikes has been added as an event. Oh, hello.
This must be difficult for you, Stock. I didn't think they would target Cygnus directly.
They knew about the plan. That's why they ignored us and went for Cygnus.
So then what will you do now?
First, let me ask you something. This armlet belonged to Hedge. Is the Chronicle's holder involved with his betrayal and death? Pardon me?
That's right, the presence of the Black Chronicle can still be felt here.
Then it's simple. I'll prevent Hedge's betrayal before it happens.
That should do nicely. The armlet will come in handy for that.
Hedge's own possessions, eh?
Nothing will prove his death more concretely. Well then, Stock, take care.
You gonna say something, Not?
Them again. Could those two be?
Hey, where'd you go, Ott? I want to talk to you. Alright, well, let's take a look at the armlet. I'm not sure if it's an equipable item. Nope, it is not. The armlet worn by Hedge. It's dirty, but very valuable. When we return, we will head back in time. See you next time, everyone.